Perhaps some of you are expecting this speech to begin. What if it doesn't? Would that somehow throw you off, having that expectation unsatisfied? Perhaps some of you are expecting, filled with hope for a new person in your life. Well, this speech is definitely not about that, baby. A few of you might expect me to mention Charles Dickens' coming-of-age story of Pip's great expectations of growing from an orphan into a gentleman. I just did. What if I stood here and you thought my Zoom froze? It's a free country. We have freedom of expression. Why not freedom from expression or free form expression? Many of us have many expectations for ourselves, and expectations of others. The question is whether these expectations serve us or enslave us. Now think back to that first time you fell in love. That person who lit up your eyes and lit up your heart, and you followed them around like a lost puppy. You worked up the courage to ask them to dance or go to a movie, and you felt like NASA. Failure was not an option. You changed your hairstyle, new clothes, some new moves. You professed your undying love to the object of your affection and expected them to return your love. You expected you could love them into loving you. Still nothing. Your unrequited love for them became unrequired love. And the pain in your soul became a pathetic display, and because you were the only one feeling these feelings, the Bee Gees wrote a song about it. Tragedy. Perhaps your expectations of others follow you to other places, like parking lots. And you might expect people to park between the lines and straight. I mean, they added the measure apps to smartphones for people just like you. Reality is, you are not on their radar. They sort of swung it in and they didn't adjust their car. You might also expect people to return their shopping cart to the shopping cart space, push it all the way to the end and snuggle it into the last cart. Reality is, if they got to the space at all, their duty in their mind ended there just past the starting line, and they didn't dare look at you as you were staring at them returning to their car. Look at that! You air your grievances to your spouse. You expect your spouse to agree with your self-righteousness. Reality is, they accepted you for better or for bitter, and your imagined agreement was actually silence. Sometimes the stress of our great expectations can be relieved in simple ways. After my unrequited loves grew into an unrequited life, after I ran out of moves and no longer wanted to dance, the matchmaker introduced me to Martine. What harm could dinner do? Well, one dinner turned into another, and another, and another, until we went for counseling with the wedding officiant. In our discussions with the wedding officiant, we changed our vows to remove some expectations, a very simple change. We changed I take you to I receive you. I receive you. We changed great expectations into grateful acceptance. And that sentiment affects all of our interactions every day. Every day it's the same. I receive the gift of you. And that is such a simple thing to do, one word, and it changed everything. Charles Dickens documented this kind of change in another novel, A Christmas Carol, in which the ghosts of Christmases past, present, and future guided Ebenezer Scrooge to realize new possibilities. What if that person who palmed into the parking space or who left their shopping cart was in a hurry to get some medication, or there were a single parent rushing home to the children they left alone? We don't know their situation. We don't know what other problems or weight or expectations other people are carrying around with them. What difference might it make in the world if we turned our expectations into acceptance, litigation into listening, conflict into compassion? What if our great expectations became great gratitude?